I stand here before you today as a Christian, a Protestant Christian that goes to church every Sunday, prays, and lives in the knowledge that her faith is the only thing that she can hold on to in a world where everything seems to wither and where time seems to do nothing but drag on. I am well aware of the fact that many of you may not believe, and I come not to persuade or to convert you. If my intentions were to convert you, I would be horribly mistaken in this attempt. I am no saint. In truth, I'm very far from it. And Christianity is not undefiled either. I would not wish to look at the speck of sawdust in my brother's eye, but pay no attention to the plank in my own eye. As I said, I come not to convert you, but I stand here before you today to take you on a journey through Christianity and to show you all that there is a flip side to every leap of imperfection. Yes, religion has made mistakes in the past and will keep on doing that as long as humans grace this planet. But that does not mean that we can simply discard every aspect of it. By means of this speech, I want to point out that there is a difference between the morality of the Bible and what people have made of it, either by misinterpretation or because of the simple fact that Christians were too proud to genuinely listen to the lessons that Christianity teaches. I will then argue that it is important to not let the image that you have of religion be defiled by what Christians have made of it up until this very day. Something that few people are aware of is the fact that there's a very important distinction between religion on the one hand and faith on the other. Bear with me. Faith is the purest version of a religion, in this case Christianity. You could say that it is the Bible with all its moral lessons. Love your neighbor the way you love yourself. Do good. Respect everyone, no matter what. The message of hope and love that it spreads. You would all agree that that is in itself a flawless message, wouldn't you? And it is. However, and very sadly so, Christians have not quite succeeded in practicing and living that message. Our hunger for power set in. Our ambitions corrupted it. Our pride placed itself higher than this love, hope, and faith. And these things is what I would call religion, the defiled version of faith. It was religion that resulted in the Crusades. It was religion that resulted in persecution and in the oppression of people who did not fully adhere to all the rules that the church had carried out. And a long list of other unjustifiable errors. And all this is done in the name of the Bible. And what is even worse, Christians have used the Bible to justify these actions. And of course, we don't put people on a stake anymore for being Protestant. The church had realized that indulgences cannot buy off sin. And crusades are long past history, and luckily so. But this does not mean that the distinction between religion and faith has become less important in a society where Christianity is still often referred to as being conservative or old fashioned, at times even oppressing towards women and minority groups. These things are against all the things that the Bible tells us. The Bible does not tell us that we can merely disregard any group of people, or that we can simply take it upon ourselves to judge others based on a decision that they make or based on their sexuality. No, 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 no. It tells us to respect each other and that we have no right whatsoever to place ourselves above someone else. Isn't it the Bible that tells us in Matthew 7, do not judge, or you too will be judged? For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, you too will be measured. These are just some examples of what religion can do, of the way that humanity has defiled something as beautiful, as hopeful and pure as faith, and why it is so important to be aware of the fact that there is more to Christianity than what we have made it to be. I'm well aware of the fact that this can be argued against. Perhaps I have taken the easy way out by simply hiding myself in the comfort of this distinction and by by blaming it all on religion without actually taking responsibility for any of these imperfections. And yes, I suppose that it is easy to hide behind the cliche that we are all imperfect and cannot change that. However, I never argued that Christianity cannot fight to make religion at least look a little bit more like the faith that we want it to be. This is very practical. It's a change of heart. It's a matter of putting ourselves and our pride aside to live a morally correct life, to indeed love our neighbor the way we love ourselves. Responsibility does not vanish just because some things have changed for the better. Our task will remain to observe all things and to hold fast to what is good, as 1 Thessalonians tells us. And that counts for all of us, not only for Christians. Whether you believe, whether you are a Muslim, a Jew, a Christian, a Buddhist, or whether you grew up as a Christian and later abandoned your faith, or whether you have never believed in anything at all, I speak not to propagate my own religion. Yet, my sole hope is that I have been able to make you realize that the solace and the comfort that people like me can find in their faith by far outshines all evil that religions have done in the past, do in the present, and will undoubtedly do in the future. For in the end, there is no perfection to be found, but grace through the failure of humanity. Thank you so much for your attention.